So it started. Sit down. Here you go. I don't know what I'm going to say. Cass. Are you ready?
Not
really. She's saying I'm the little kid who can't handle myself.
I know.
Let us make eye contact.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to try this again. Nana, Marilyn. She is the sweetest person ever.
Amen.
Very nice. Yes. But she loves it when people injure themselves, specifically they're sitting out here smiling at me now. Granddad testifies to that. One time she almost drove a nail through his hand.
It was a screwdriver.
It was a screw. Yeah, she almost drove a screwdriver through his hand, and she hears from behind the wall because they were doing some wiring. Her from behind the wall. Ow! and she starts going. I think I hit his hand. Are you okay, Rick? No answer. He finally comes up the stairs, and she's dying, going, I'm sorry. And Granddad goes, yeah, see how sorry she is? She's so sorry.
Okay, I forgot about this story. This is actually another one about Nana. Sorry, Nana. But so Nana is just very, I don't know, she's kind of perfect, so she doesn't always like I'm the person who breaks out in laughter at nothing, and Nana doesn't usually do that. So when she gets tickled about something, it's really funny because like if she can't stop laughing, you know that it was really funny. So we're at a convention. I think Nana knows what story this is. I think we were in Tennessee, and I was about 10 years old, I think. And we were staying in a hotel room. We were about to leave. We were packing up our stuff. And me and my Aunt Kelly we went out to do something, to turn in a key or something, since we were checking out. But regardless, we had to come back into the room. But, of course, the door locks as soon as you close it. So we were going to have Nana stand on the inside of the door and open it for us whenever we came back, which was just like in a minute or two. So we come back and we knocked on the door to let her know we were there. And I guess she didn't answer for a second. She wasn't right by the door or something. Like maybe she didn't hear. So we knocked again and there was no answer. So my Aunt Kelly looked in the peephole of the door, which it happened to be at the same time that Nana was looking through the peephole. So all they saw was each other's huge eyeball in there. And Nana opens the door and she's cracking up. And it was just like, oh my gosh, it was hilarious because she laughed for a long time. She just couldn't stop laughing. It was really funny. So yeah, that's my funny story. Yeah. I think that's all the questions I have written down. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, definitely comment questions that we can answer again. Does anyone else have anything?
Anybody have, I wanted to ask, now that we're kind of done with the questions, just in general chat, have any anecdotes, funny stories to tell each other?
Oh, there was one more question I wanted to ask. I forgot.
One more question?
Yeah. I had forgotten this wasn't on my list, which is why I forgot. I was going to ask each person what is something that they'd like to share, something that they have learned, like spiritually, something they've learned in their spiritual walk with the Lord, and, you know, anything. It could be Bible discipline, like, you know, like disciplining yourself and daily reading the scriptures, your prayer life, anything about the Lord. So why don't, Luke start.
Well, recently for me, so, you know, as a kid growing up in a two-parent, financially stable household, you always hear, you know, your pastor talking about, well, you have to trust God. And so for me, the little kid, the mentality was kind of, you know, I have parents to trust, so I don't really have to worry about trusting God. But I will say, the older you get, and I'm 16 now, the older you get, the more you learn that you have to trust God to make it through just daily life.
Like parallel parking.
good old hedge of protection.
Yeah. Well, mine is kind of similar. I am just learning that you have to trust God. Nothing is going to work out. No, you're not going to be at peace unless you're trusting God.
Well, I've been learning that like I'm just seeing how blessed we are to have a big family, because when one beach trip, we were run out by a hurricane, and all of us kids thought it was like the end of the world. But then I realized what a blessing it is to actually be able to go on a beach trip with all of your family. I'm also just very, very thankful that I'm alive, because with so many younger siblings, there's 4 boys and 2 girls. It's a miracle that anyone survives past the age 4. My baby brother, Daniel, he was standing on a chair, and he falls face first onto the tile, gets up, laughs, and walks away.
Let's get a round of applause for Daniel. That's impressive. I'll get back to my question. I want to ask real quick because I had
What have you
a
been
thought.
learning spiritually lately, sir?
I know. I was gonna ask because I'm leading up to my. I'm gonna ask you in a second. First of all, my favorite Bible verse is Romans 8:28. All things work together for good for those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. I lost it there. But yeah, it's very, especially in the turmoil the country's in right now. It's comforting to know that God's in control. Yeah, I wanted to ask. I was talking about my favorite Bible verse. What is everybody's? What's your favorite Bible verse?
I don't really have a favorite Bible verse. My favorite Bible chapter would be probably Psalm 23. But I don't really have a favorite verse.
My favorite Bible verse would have to be Romans 1:20.
My favorite Bible verse, like Mel said, I do have a favorite chapter. I think it was John 15. It was just a bunch of really simple instructions that Jesus gave the disciples leading up to his death on the cross. I was reading that just recently because, it was just Easter last week, and it was just really encouraging. I had read through the book of John at least once or twice in the recent years, but I hadn't really ever taken in, I guess, quite so much from it. I've also started taking notes a lot more when I'm reading the Bible, so it doesn't just go in one ear and out the other, and then you don't remember it. Because personally, for me, it helps if I write stuff down. So that's my favorite chapter, I think. And then my favorite verse, I have several. He will keep you in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. There's so many. I have a notebook full of my favorite verses, so I could not pick one out. But I do also like, there's several that talk about, those who put their trust in the Lord will find their strength renewed. This one's from Isaiah. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint.
And spiritually?
Yes, and what I have learned spiritually within the last year or so, obviously 2020 was not the best year as far as we're concerned, but honestly, it was really hard, but it was also a teaching opportunity. Whether you realize it or not, we've all learned stuff about our country and about ourselves. We definitely to trust in God. I personally I would feel just anxiety about it because it was discouraging, and it was like this year is never going to end and things are never going to go back to normal. And I was like, I know I need to trust in the Lord. I know He has a plan. I prayed. I was like, Lord, I know You have a plan, but I'm just having a hard time. But specifically what I learned from that year is that even just things in my personal life, not even like political things or things like the pandemic or whatever, like even just things, about myself and my personal life, I was like, I cannot do this by myself. And obviously I'm a Christian. I know that I've submitted to the Lord, all that, but you do have to come to a point where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to give this into the hands of the Lord and I'm not going to worry about it. And that's really, really, really hard. And that's something that I've had to learn. But that's the biggest thing about, he really will put your mind at ease if you trust in him. But, you can't just say, all right, Lord, take care of this for me. You got to actually give it to him and stop wishing for your will to be done, but rather God's will to be done.
To build on what Cass said, it was really comforting. A lot of people in the country really worrying about the coronavirus, and it's just comforting to know that a lot of people in the country are scared about it, but especially as Christians, we should know, we put our faith in God for eternal security. We should also put faith in Him to keep us safe here on the earth. And if He chooses not to, then it's His will, and it's just time to go home with Him. That's not likely to happen because of the illness to any of us, because we're obviously not an at-risk age group, but that's just something I thought I'd build on. I think we may have skipped Anne. Did you have a favorite Bible verse?
I don't even have a favorite chapter. I love all of the Proverbs. They're just so helpful. They just teach me so much.
Oh, she wants to add one more thing.
I was going to say, just last week, our pastor said something in church, and that really struck home. He said, God has planned the time of, he had planned the time that you were going to be born, and he has in his plans the time that you're going to die. And I feel like as, finite human beings, we're all, deep down, we're scared of death. And, for Christians, we have the hope of eternal life in heaven, so we really shouldn't be scared of death. But he said, our pastor just said that, obviously in his sermon, he was like, the Lord has your determined day that you're going to die, and you can't change that. You can't add a day, and you can't take one away. Your life is as long as the Lord wants it to be. And he said, just like in the context of like even the coronavirus, it can be really scary for people, especially people who don't have faith in Jesus. But he said nothing can conquer you and end your life before the Lord is ready for you to come home to him. And nothing can, not even a virus, nothing like that. So, we can't live our lives in fear, which obviously, it's scary, but I just thought that was really, really helpful because he was just very, very honest about that. And he said, a lot of people are really scared of this. And it can be scary, but the Lord is in control, and he knows, we have a time that we're going to go home to heaven, and we can't, no matter what we do, we can't add a day to our lives or take one away. So I think that's comforting, just because you don't have to live your life in fear, because you know that the Lord is truly in control, and when he's ready to bring you home, he will.
So to echo what Anne and Cassidy said, I do love the book of Proverbs. I love the verse that Cassidy mentioned, trust in the Lord, lean not on your own understanding. Also, by the way, Uncle Rick reads the Proverbs, is a great resource for that.
We all love it.
But as I was saying before, the older you get, the more you have to trust God, or you have to end up trusting yourself. And the security from trusting God versus trusting yourself, there's a big difference, because you can't count on yourself. So trusting in God, for those of you all out there who may not be Christians, is not something that you can do without and have a happy, peaceful lifestyle. So trust in God is not something that's nice to have. It's something that you have to have.
Yeah, that was really good. Anybody have anything else to say, capitalize upon, or are we about ready to wrap this up? Okay, I'm going to take that as a no. Thanks for watching the Boyer Cousins Q&A.
Make sure to subscribe and like the video, and make sure to follow us on all our social media accounts so you can keep up to date with us. We post really regularly, and a lot of fun stuff that you guys can do.
what she said. Yeah. Like the video, subscribe, share it if you know a family, specifically a homeschool family, doesn't have to be, that you think would enjoy this. Other Character Concepts fans. We also have Facebook, Instagram. We post on them occasionally. Twitter. Also, exclusively on our YouTube channel, there's going to be a blooper reel from this video. That should be fun because there were plenty of them. There might be also a couple exclusive things on Instagram. So, thanks for watching. Anything else to say to them? Do we have anything else? Okay, Cass has something.
So if you don't follow us on Instagram, make sure you do, because we do specific things on there that we don't on Facebook. So like we'll have, it's not like if you follow us both on Facebook and Instagram that you'll see the same thing. There's weekly throwback pictures of us as little kids. There's like little trivia stuff we do on our stories and like a whole bunch of stuff. So definitely make sure you do that. And also check out the Uncle Rick Audio Club. We definitely need to do that. So, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Cass. That's about it. Once again, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And if we get, we're a small YouTube channel. I'm gonna say if we get we get 35 likes on this video, and I will see what I can do to orchestrate another one of these, a part 2. No pressure though. You don't have to click that. If you really didn't enjoy this video, you don't have to like it. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And now, a special message from Uncle Rick Audios. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Character Concepts News Booth. This is a breaking alert. Uncle Rick Boyer has recorded hundreds of audios in the past, and now he puts this material at your fingertips digitally with the Uncle Rick Audio Club. He has recorded hundreds of audiobooks of all different sorts of genres. Isn't that right, Luke?
That's right, Adam. History, Bible, adventure, biographies.
It's incredible. There's so much material. Luke, tell us a little bit about the Uncle Rick Audio Club.
You get 2 great audios a month for $10. That's a $30 value, including occasional bonus audios.
That's right. And you get a 30-day free trial optionally. You can cancel at any time. But what's special about this limited time offer?
What?
$130 worth of free merchandise from the Uncle Rick Audio Club if you sign up for a limited time only. Thank you so much for watching the Character Concepts News Booth. This has been a breaking alert.